Hi my friends, it's Cori. Welcome to the Diamond Painting Effect with Cori. Today it is time for a stitch with me with European towns. This is the picture of the whole canvas that is 222 centimeters long by 45 centimeters. I'm doing it on 11 count. It is a Joyous Sunday kit. I am only doing 2 threads instead of 3 over 1, and we're going to work on the same color that I used last week. I did get some progress done on it. I'm going to show you the back just so you can see the area. Oh, got there. Just so you can see the area that I have done. I didn't do a whole lot of stitching on it this week, but I did get a little bit more in than we did on the video last week. This one's going to take a long time to finish, but the color that I worked on is pink symbols. Well, it's a reddish pink, magenta, I guess you would say. Here, let me see. This is the symbol right here, but this is the color of red. And that color number is number 689. Before we get into that, I'll show you one of the things I have been working on, and you guys, I really haven't been getting a whole lot of anything stitching wise, craft wise done of late. I worked on the May Blossom with you last week. Didn't get a whole lot done on that, and I did do a little bit more on that. This one is here. This is the one I've been working on today, and so I have it handy to show you. This is a Dimensions Gold collection. It's called Dimension Petites, and I've been working on this one today. I've been enjoying it, but oh golly, counted cross stitch is so different, so different. But I'm going to try to pull this out without losing my magnet. There we go. So that's how far I've come. Last time I showed it to you, I had done a little bit of the bird, but I've worked all this down and all the green I've worked today. So it was not too bad. Of course, I did a lot of pulling out of my stitching and restitching, and who knows, I may be doing some more of that. But so I am enjoying it. It's just so much easier when you get to a step cross stitch after you've been doing counted cross stitch. It just, oh, it's like a breath of fresh air. And get my needle here. I lost one of my needles. I had 2 needles threaded, and now one of them's gone. Oh, but I found it. I found it. Here we go. Put this one back. And now I just unthreaded it as I pulled my hand away. Oh my goodness. Huh, okay. Well, we'll see how far we get. Today I may be threading the needle again. So I'll continue to work on that color, wind it all the way up around here, and we'll get to it. Let's see, I need to see if I can move this over without too much trouble. Okay. I'll start up here. For some reason it seems further away today, but I think I've got the same setup. Don't think I changed it. So, this European town, I've been trying to do some research on it to find out the origin of it, if it's from a painting, is it from another, some other kind of art. And I really haven't gotten very far, but I don't know, I'm just curious. This particular one that I'm actually working on came from VIP Cross Stitch. They are a low budget company that only does needlework. I believe they have some other kinds of needlework, like beaded embroidery. They have little keychain kits that you can do, but anyway, so there are so many. They have thousands of images to choose from. They have different ways you can break it down. There's a Joy Sunday section. There's, you can, I'm afraid it's been a minute since I've looked at it. I didn't refresh my memory before I started, darn it. But, so I'm afraid I'm going to lie to you if I say too much more about it. But they are a great company. I've had no trouble with them. And they just have a lot of stitching. So go check them out. If you do go over there, be sure to use my code, my discount code. You get 7% off. And that code is Cori07. By using that code, you get a discount, and it always helps them know that I sent you over there, and that you like seeing me show you these kits. So go use that code and let them know that I sent you. And also, as long as we're talking about that, favors, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe and the notification bell so you'll know whenever I do put up another video. The European Town is done on Monday on my channel, and it's done on Wednesday on Natalia Lovecraft Forever channel, and Stitching with Laura does it on Saturdays. So if you have this pattern, pull it out, and that's 3 times a week. You can work on it with friends. Also, during the month of May, I have been working on Wednesdays with Ava, Stitching in the Interlake. She is doing May Blooms, and where she stitches on flowers. So I'll be doing that on Wednesdays with her. Not with her, but in support of her. She'll be doing it also on her channel. So you'll have 2 times you get to stitch on your blooms, your May Blooms. And I've been working on a base of tulips for that one, and it's been fun. That one is a 14 count. It's just different. The fabric is a little bit heavier on these 11 counts than it is on the 14 counts. That's to be understood, I think. It helps, gives it substance to hold the more thread. On my cat library, I started working on the threads that I do have. I've started putting them on floss drops and getting that ready for a big start on that one. I still don't know when I'm going to actually break down and start. I was noticing that some of the colors across the top is 310 and it's another very dark blue. I can't remember what it was. It might have been I don't know. I can't remember. But it's another dark blue, almost black color. I thought, I could start it if I was inclined to. I could go ahead and start it even though I don't have all the threads. I'm kind of worried about I ordered some more threads from 123 Stitch and I thought it should be here by now. It's in the same state and I've gotten a notification that it was shipped and I really was expecting it any day. It may be time for me to start looking around the neighborhood and see what I can find. Here comes Honey Bear. Is she gonna just rest on the floor? Okay. Yeah, I think that was about a week ago I got the notification that they shipped it. But I just bought a few of the threads. I can't get them all at once. So I probably got about $20 worth and some needles. I think that's it. That's all I ordered. So and I'm almost done with this strand of thread. Go figure. That went quick. Not like my last stitch with me. I had so much trouble. It wasn't funny. It was a blunder with me. But so I really am getting anxious to start that cat's library, and I don't know why. There's so many other things that need attention, and see, I just should have kept my mouth shut about having blunders. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and tie this one off and start a new thread. I'm gonna turn it over. Put it under a couple of threads. There we go. Look at that green stuff. I'll see if I can find that thread I unthreaded. That's just as well. I like this needle. I think this is one of my St. John James needles, and I do prefer them rather than using the needles from the kit. So I'll go ahead and come back over here and start again back over here. I'm feeling sad that I am not getting as many crafts done as I normally do. I'm not getting as many videos watching done as I used to do, and not making videos as much as I used to. And I don't know where things are going to settle, but I, life, there's just life changes, and I gotta, right now, I'm probably stressing too much about it, and I just need to let life happen. And try to just be able to let go of some of those things that I was doing. And so that's the status of that. I'm probably just going to be putting up fewer videos than I wanted to. I never put up as many as I wanted to. I kept talking about it, but too many times life was not letting it happen. So, but anyway, I'm still here. I plan to be here. Not going anywhere. If nothing else, Monday European Town will happen. Daniel travel update is he is on the road. He is doing the job he really loved doing, and he's happy. So the things that they did to his truck actually made him get better gas mileage, and he said that better gas mileage is going to save him a ton of money if it continues. So that's pretty awesome. He thinks he may even be able to make up the amount of money he lost not while he was down, while his truck was down. He'll be able to make that money up pretty quick, which is really good. And it makes me happy that he's happy. I've been I guess I probably worry more than I should about him. He's a big boy. I talk about him like he's a kid, and he's a big boy. He's a big boy now, and he doesn't need mama worrying about him. But I'm glad he still checks in with me most days. The days he doesn't check in with me are usually the days where he's not working, actually. But he usually starts his day out giving me a call, and just gives me his status, and sometimes we talk for a long time, and sometimes it's just a short little, basically telling me where he's at, what he's doing, and he's got to go. And I appreciate that he does that. I've asked him to do that, and he does it. And we have this thing where we always, I don't know, you guys may have adopted something like this or heard about something like it, but I make a point to let him know that I love him in every phone conversation. And so it ends up being that I say I love you. It usually means we're saying goodbye. And I started thinking about it, and I don't want the words I love you to mean goodbye. And so, but I don't want to not say it. I just know that you just never know with people, when, can you see what I'm doing? I can't even tell where I'm at here. For some reason, have I been off the screen the whole time, you guys? I'm sorry. Do y'all even watch, or are you just listening while you stitch? That is the number one question. If you guys watch me stitch, let me know. Tell me down below how many of you watched me stitch. I usually don't watch Stitch with Speeds unless it's something where they're showing you how to do something. I will watch that part, but the general roll, I'm stitching myself, or diamond painting, or making floss drops, or that's one thing I did do a lot of this week, is I made a lot of floss drops for it seemed like I had lots of floss drops to make. And it's harder kitting up a kit from skeins of yarn from the store than it is kitting up the kits from like VIP cross stitch, like this kit, because they're already long and loose. You just do that little loop knot at the top, you just undo it, and you just put it on another floss drop. But with the DMC for that Cat's Library, they're all wound up on those little skeins like you get from the store, and so it takes a little bit of time to get those unwound and nice and neat on a floss drop card. And there are 88 colors on that Cat's Library, so I think I'm crazy for one. I still want to do that. I'm working on that teacup as much as I've messed up, and I don't know why I can't count, but I think part of the problem is I'm trying to use the thread up instead of just stop in the same area and just get the next color. I guess I'm doing a little bit of cross country, even though I'm doing it line by line. And I think that's when my counting gets messed up, as I try to go outside the normal area. There's more counting to do and more. I can't explain it. I can't explain it, you guys. I just know that I'd probably be halfway done with that teacup, with the bird on the teacup. I'd probably be halfway done if it weren't for all the stuff I pulled out of it already. Had to pull out and start over, redo. But I'm still enjoying it, so it's been a while since I worked on that one, and it was good to give it a rest, but I enjoyed working on it today. I want to thank you guys for dropping by and going to the European town with me. I got a little bit more done, but I got 2 strands done, and so thank you for dropping by, and be sure to come back next week when we pull out European Town again, and we'll see how far I get this week on it. I know I need to do more than just what I do on Monday mornings with you guys if I ever want to finish this. So I need to work on it more than that. So y'all take care, and I'll see you again in the next one.